What's up, boys? I've been playing a bit of this Path of Achra roguelike, a bit off stream. However, this Poison Thorns build has become so silly that I decided to show a quick glimpse at it. So watch what happens when I press this number 3 prayer. Just like 100 different actions poisoning and causing death damage to everything. Then I can pass some turns and let them die. Bit of an issue is that enemies are dying so fast, I can't get any charges for this first prayer that's charged when an enemy attacks me in melee. So I can just sit here and blast them with an absolutely insane number of effects. And the reason for that is I have this race dude where whenever I take any source of damage, I deal psychic damage to one enemy anywhere on the map. And since I'm unencumbered, that happens 3 times each time. And then my class thing, anytime I deal psychic damage, I apply 1 sickness to the target, which is a poison debuff. And then I just have a ton of different things that scale with that. I increase all of my poison and death damage by the number of those sickness stacks. I can apply plague to everything on the map, no matter where I am. Whenever an enemy attacks me, I apply sickness to it and then heal myself from any poison damage that I deal. Whenever I stand still or hit something, I deal psychic damage, which then applies even more sickness stacks with that. That's mainly a defensive thing, giving me some block for my repulsion stacks. Whenever I attack or hit, I deal poison damage or apply more sickness. And anytime I apply sickness, I deal poison damage and an AoE on everything there. And this just deals some extra damage to me. Oh yeah, this one deals damage to me as well for the guy over here, dealing psychic damage globally. But man, the effects are just getting really insane on this now. It's nuts. Silliest build I've seen so far. I don't think I have any gloves that are useful to me yet. So I guess technically those help a little bit. I think all of my slots are good now. Psychic, 25% of blood. Doubt I'm gonna use that. On attack, apply meditate. That's pretty nice, but my pants deal a portion of my poison as death. And I think that's best in slot with the ramping poison and death damage I have on one of those things, so sacrifice those as well. Probably not gonna use that. Let's see, what does that go to? The trabea? I think that's my chest piece. So, on to the next floor. Bleed, inflame, blunt damage as psychic. Probably not for me. On standstill, apply repulsion. That's not bad, but I already have something good there. On standstill, apply meditate to yourself. That's actually pretty strong. Might want that, not sure. Still learning all the items and stuff. Astral damage, 25% as lightning. I think I'm gonna grab this one just in case, if these guys aren't too bad. What is... oh. I clicked on the guy instead of the bat. Oops. So I've been pumping willpower to increase the healing and damage dealt. I got strength for some gear and a little bit of survivability, and I've also been putting points into vigor a bit, just for the large HP increase. Since if I don't get one shot, I seem to just absolutely obliterate everything. There's just so many effects for every single action I take, it's insane. And then I passed a few turns and everything's dead. And also the sickness stacks will reduce the enemy's attack damage. So even if they do hit me, they'll have pretty low damage by that point. And those guys are dead in 1 turn. One issue is I don't think I really scale that well with these skills now. I was leveling this to mainly improve my healing and then some defense there. But most of these have like a special effect that's unlocked for the first level in them. And that's the main thing I was going for. So I'm not really sure what to level now. I guess probably just that for some more defense or that for some healing. And some more Thorns whenever they hit me. My number 3 prayer actually is multiplied by the number 1. So it would be a lot more effective if I could actually get some charges on it. There we go, 3. I'll pass a turn, but he's dead without even hitting me, so kind of just stuck on 3 there, it seems like. Yeah, that's actually a really strong helmet. I might consider using that. Nope. Blood or physical? Nope. So over here, physical bleed, stand still, apply 5 sickness to 1 enemy at any range. Deal poison damage to all enemies with sickness. Wait, that's pretty good. That's a helmet. I do like my mind helmet with the repulsion effects. Man, these helmets are so good. How do I choose? What's over here? Basically nothing. So I'll definitely grab this path anyways. That's so many effects, my god! This is all just one turn from the number 3 prayer. Now they have a bunch of like sickness and plague, and I don't even know what the bleed is from. I really like the Mind Diamond because it performs a hit, and then I have some of these kinesis skills that benefit from a hit. So that one deals a bunch of instances of psychic damage, which then applies illness, and then that one applies poison and sickness and stuff. I guess I should try the other one when I get it and see what happens. Oh yeah, and we're also getting some pretty good poise stacks, which gives quite a bit of armor and block. I think my accuracy is capped, so I can even go above 20 anyways. But with the armor, I should have like a 90% chance of avoiding damage, and the block is at 47% on top of that. So yeah, Poison Thorns, where you do damage to yourself to cause a bunch of instances of damage to your enemies, just seems absolutely wild. I don't know what's over there, but it is taking a lot of hits. Okay, 90% poison resist, 75% death resist. Oh, 50% chance to recover from harmful effects on every turn. Okay, that's insane. Some random bonuses. If he attacks, he'll do a bunch of damage, basically. He must be almost dead, though, with that many hits. Yeah, there we go. So I wanted to try that since it applies sickness at any range and also deals poison damage times 10 based on the sickness stacks. Man, why can't I wear 2 hats? Sacrifice that. I guess between the other 2, I probably could never use that even though it's extremely good. So we're on the Horror Giant, which is the first boss, I think. Somewhere on this level. Anything good here? Corrosion. Fire and Flame. Standstill, 25 astral tears. Oh, Crow Visage. That's for one of the prestige classes. Fire Gloves, Emerald Eye. Dealing poison, apply 2 blind to the target. Reduce dodge and accuracy. That's pretty good. It looks like a weapon? I could probably toss one of these. My weapons aren't great. That one's pretty good actually. That has the same effect as the second thing there. Damage 10 times the sickness stacks to all enemies with sickness. Huh. But yeah, I could replace that one since it's pretty short range, so we will definitely try that out. So I think I need to go through a few levels before we get to the boss. That guy has 3 range. Maybe he can hit me a little bit here. Or maybe he just dies instantly. And that level's dead. Iron Giant. Oh, one of those tanky guys. That guy can probably reach me and hit me some. His 800 base damage. How much armor do I have with no buffs? 380, so he actually could hurt if he could hit me instantly. But after one turn, I'm up to 1,100 armor, and he's probably heavily debuffed by sickness now. That is some pretty good armor and block scaling. Okay, that guy should have a ton of sickness stacks now, so hopefully I can get some of the charges for this one to power up my other stuff. Nice, we got 3 charges. Thanks, man. That'll make my number 3 stronger later on. Got another one. I guess I may as well move close to him so he can hit me, so... Another dancer. More willpower. And they're all dead from one prayer. I guess probably the repulsion for a bit more stacks of that, which will give me some block. I'm gonna see if I can walk out and let some of the Iron Giants hit me so that I can get some more prayer stacks. Oh, they're all dead. Is that the boss? Some more armor and block. Filth Revenant. I don't think so. Oh, I can take my level on that now. I guess 5 sickness to 1 enemy should be worse than the Mind Diamond. Oh, there's enemies left, right? Because this applies 5 stacks on hit. And then I also have that applying sickness stacks on hit, combined with that. So yeah, it's probably just worse. But I just want to debuff them as much as possible. So now I can put that back on. So Horror Giant is on this level. 50% death resist. 50% to recover from harmful effects on each turn. Yeah, I've kind of been avoiding debuff builds because that seems like a pretty annoying counter on bosses. But this build's been pretty silly so far. Bunch of stuff if he hits me. Apprehends you, little pilgrim, the end is near. He actually only has 6 sickness on him right now, but 14 plague. Not that many debuffs, must have been hitting everything else then. 8 sickness? Maybe he's recovering from the debuffs every turn. Up to 54 now. Probably didn't remove them that turn. And he's dead. So poison will now apply blind, reducing their dodge and accuracy. And that is a weapon. Yeah, I don't think I really gain a lot from that, since stuff isn't really getting within 3 tiles of me anyways. And that's a pretty useful debuff. Did I want anything else here? I don't think so. So we are now on the final stretch towards the second boss, I think. Dragon Sword. Inflame to yourself, fire damage to all units. Oh yeah, I think you usually only get 1 item on the paths at this point, but they're usually pretty rare and powerful. But none of those really work for me anyways. Let's get a bit more armor and block, I suppose. Try and get our defense pretty solid now, since the damage seems perfectly fine. Dragon Sword. Apply 1 agony to yourself, not using summons at all. Fire and ice, nope. How about are the enemies? 20 range, that could be a bit annoying. 20 range on both. That one's range, probably less annoying than the Firebirds then. Wow, those guys died in 1 prayer. So did those ones, Jesus. One Ocopod. Mirage Shield, summon a Psychomorph. Apply Meditate and deal Pierce and Astral Enlightening. Deal slash damage. 2-handing per point of encumbrance. Apply Doom and deal death damage, but it's a weapon. Probably just take this path for extra sacrifices if I don't mind it. 3,000 damage is a lot. So it's 4,000. 1200 I could probably debuff to be irrelevant. Same with those ones. This guy's our 1 range, so that path looks pretty easy, since we're close to the end here anyways. Don't want to get anything with 3 points. I'll grab some more healing and more poison thorns. Another one shot with 1 prayer. Yeah, that's the poison helmet, but the mind one has seemed better since I have all of those kinesis things that apply a bunch of on-hit effects as well. And then I can get quite a few repulsion stacks as well at some point, so the hit damage for that can actually be fairly high as well. It seems like the poison thing, but it just didn't really seem that good here. A ribbon, summon based stuff. Attack with bare fist, deal poison. Dealing poison, apply meditate? Wait, that might actually be insane. On dealing poison damage, apply meditate. I would have to give up one of these. I could give that up for insane damage. The poison damage in a path is pretty cool though to have one of those. So yeah, I guess I would give up the blind. And then I believe meditate's pretty insane damage because it's like 10 flat damage to everything for every stack it has. Enemies are 900 damage and 500. Doesn't seem too bad. Especially if they die in a single prayer. So yeah, let's try that for the Emerald Eye. I'm gonna see how many meditate. Oh wait, that's glove armor, oops. I thought that was a weapon, since it looks kind of like that thing, oops. What do I have there? Wait, that's not even good. So this is just insane. Dude, my busted build just probably became absolutely insane. Although, my damage might be so high that you can't really see a lot now. Okay, here's the final boss, 100,000 life plus the cycle bonus. And no paths to choose anyways. Alright, let's push the willpower to pump up the damage here. So a single turn gives me 66 meditate stacks, which is 660 damage to every instance of damage that happens, I think? Maybe it doesn't apply to debuffs? I'm not sure. Meditate's applying to the poison up here, the curse over here. Oh yeah, I was curious if I could apply sickness to myself because of the class passive, combined with this one skill dealing psychic damage. So apparently that does work, and you probably don't want to take that because I am giving myself sickness stacks, but oh well, it seems to be alright still. Especially if the entire enemy team just dies in one action. Yeah, they just have no chance of even surviving a single turn now with the meditate stacking. That item is insane. Jesus. I do so many instances of poison damage. Bye-bye. So we're on the boss now. Oh, he's right in range of me too, and he has attack range on me. 800 poison damage. Well, that's probably not going to work against me. 75% poison resistance. So his regular attack shouldn't do anything to me. What abilities does he have? Bunch of stat bonuses, a bunch of summons. On kill he gets a lot of damage. When he's attacked he deals damage to the attacker. But it's 10% of his damage, which is poison. On hit he applies some debuffs. And on the being attacked he applies a bunch of debuffs. And he double attacks on enemies in range. I should have spent my 4 skill points, oops. He appears, but he's already dead though. Almost. Toxokinesis. I guess probably just a bit more healing. So he already has 84 sickness stacks. I guess I can just spam that every time. I think most of my skills work on prayer as well. That does. That's when I'm being attacked, so it doesn't matter. That's on standing still or hitting, so no. That's on attack and hit, so no. So yeah, 3 of them work on prayer. But I'd probably rather have those ones. Oh wait, no, whenever I pray, I deal extra damage to myself, which then causes even more hits to him. Okay, we're spamming prayers to hit myself. So I think that was 2 turns? 2 or 3? And he's dead. So there we go, victory, praise Achra. The 4th cycle of despair, 100 glory. So here's the full build. You can see all of these skills and the exact levels I had on them. But most of those didn't really scale very well with levels anyways. You can see the items here, the race and class and religion and stuff, or culture I think it is, and all of the enemies we fought. Then I should get a bunch more unlocks, since that seems to happen every time you get a win. Agara, Brud, Takal, Saurian, Vada, Bagatar, Druid, Morlock, Upuet, Myrmidon. Let me see if I can see the new unlocks. Accuracy is limited to 20. Wait, that's the guy I just went on. Oh yeah, it's Victorious. Saurian. Per point of dexterity, 1 summon limit. That seems kind of insane with some reptile thing over here. Yeah, this one. For point of dexterity, they gain hit and speed, and you summon serpents on step, and every summon applies sickness based on your dexterity. Yep, seems like the combo for that. On entrance per empty armor slot, grant 1 charge to each known prayer. Deal blood damage to yourself. Summon a Sacred Skin Familiar. So that'll be someone who wants to trigger prayers a lot, I guess. There are several things that scale with empty armor slots, I think. I did a run with that earlier, actually, and it was one-shotting everything with a 2-hand weapon because of the massive +% hit you can get, and you also have so much armor that all enemies have 90% chance to miss you. Yeah, I went the Sam Knight, who also gets even more armor and hit to go with that. So just crazy armor and hit scaling there. But there's also this one I haven't tried yet, who gets accuracy, dodge, and speed. And then he does have a prayer bonus, so you could actually try that one with him, I guess. I think those are the only ones I didn't have. Brud, was he new? Oh yeah, he is. Okay, so Doom focused. When an enemy damages you, you apply 5 Doom to them in a 5-tile range. And then on attack you heal yourself based on Doom, Sickness, and Bleed. So I think that's the only one I didn't have yet up there. And then in here... And being attacked if chest armor empty, applied Jackal form to yourself. Attack range and armor are set to 1, but you get a lot of speed and hit damage and healing on kill. One damage per stack of each effect on self. And on prayer, apply 3 gusts to yourself. Repeat per stack, deal 50 plus dexterity slash damage in a path to one enemy at any range on attack, then remove. So you pray, and then you do a weapon attack for a line AoE, I guess? And you also just get a lot of damage for effects on yourself. Druid. Summon 1 Cobra Familiar. On prayer, summon 3 Serpents, and on standing still, summon 1 Hatchling. So very nature summoner based. Myrmidon. Your block is doubled against ranged enemies per 5 points of dexterity plus 1 inflexibility, which then gives 20% physical damage. Oh, that would be good with this guy. Plus 3 inflexibility, and it no longer divides your willpower, or this guy gets 5% all resistances for that. And then that would give you a ton of damage to go with your dexterity. And then I think there's a little bit of scaling for that in here as well. That reduces it to no. Okay, that increases it. And then when you shrug off or block an attack, it freezes the attacker. I think that's the only one that increases it in here. There were some items in the game that are pretty good with it though. I think there was a shield or an armor or something that would apply meditate stacks whenever you shrugged off or blocked or something. There are definitely some ice themed items that would be good with that combo, so maybe you go the ice guy with that. Then let's see what else. I think I had all of those. I think Fada and those 3 are new. Oh yeah, and every single god in the game has completely different prayers as well. So when you're damaged, you apply 3 plague to any enemy. Per enemy, heal 10. I guess you use it at the start of a level and you can get a little bit of healing. 20 max life and deal death damage to yourself. 100 times number of enemies? 1 charge when you pick up an item, -1 charge when an ally dies. So it gives you a little bit of extra max life throughout a run, but you have to use it at the end of a stage, where you'll take a ton of damage. I do want to try a life build at some point. There was something cool over here. Okay, yeah, this deals skill level times your missing life, and then it also gives you flat life on top of that. And I wanted to try a sort of blood mage life build with either this guy who gets lifesteal based on his blood damage and a ton of healing, or this guy who gets a lot of extra life and some healing. So that would be cool with them. Per enemy, deal 50 poison damage to yourself. Okay, I guess that's just for sort of Thorns damage when you take damage. Like the build I did last time with this guy, where you can do psychic damage 3 times every time you take damage. So I guess you would trigger that 3 times for every single enemy on the level, as long as you don't accidentally kill yourself with the poison damage. That's a bit strange for the ultimate prayer on someone though. Oh, you know, there actually is some self-damage based stuff in the blood tree as well. So that might even fit with the build I was just talking about anyways. On prayer, perform all standstill actions. On standstill or being hit, 30 astral to all units and 2 tiles. Repeat for 3 other elements. "100 astral damage in a path to 1 enemy at any range. Repeat with lightning, 2 charges when you enter a new area. 500 to adjacent, repeat with ice, 2 charges. 1 charge to each of the other ones. It gets 3 charges when you enter a new area." Okay, so that's a very prayer spammy guy. And you might want to have some powers that happen on prayer. Looks like there is a lot of stuff. I had, I think, Morbumancy and something else? Plague Chant on the last one. But there is a lot of stuff that happens on prayer, so you can definitely do something with that. Then the last one I unlocked, teleport and apply 5 stasis. If you stand still, you can remove stasis. And if you or any unit teleports, it deals random damage in a path to 1 enemy at any range. Oh, sick. I've been wanting to do a teleport build. That'll be perfect. It even allows you to remove stasis from yourself early on so you can teleport more. And then you can hit 1 enemy globally with it. Then for prayers, he has teleport self and all allies to random tiles, 5 stasis, 1 charge on a new area, teleport all enemies to random tiles, 5 stasis, 1 charge when you stand still adjacent to an enemy, teleport a random enemy to a tile adjacent to you, 1 charge when you teleport. Oh, you can spam that one hard. 20 max charges too. You could do some prayer spam stuff with that one too. I think that's all of the new stuff I just unlocked. But this game is really cool. It's been hard to put down so far. There is so much customization and stuff to learn. And then there's also some pretty crazy items as well. I don't really even look at this, I just kind of take this as they come. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.